To climb a mountain.
Climb a mountain?
Very high mountain.
Like Kilimanjaro way?
Yeah,
Mommy, you cannot climb mountain.
I cannot climb mountain. You don't see me finish with that.
I don't
I climb mountain. Jesus.
How bad was it?
Yeah,
It was very bad.
It was really
On
bad.
the scale of 1 to 10.
Maybe like 2.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm super excited to be here. This is the Christmas episode. As you can see, I've got a special guest. I've got my mom. I dragged her here, so you guys bear with us. The energy that we try to ooze, you know. So my mom is going to be here. We're going to be doing mom tag. I'm going to be asking her interesting questions. She has no clue what the questions are, and she's supposed to answer them. So that's what this video is about. If you'd like to know my mom, if you'd also like to know me in the process, please keep watching. Remember to like this video, leave a comment, encourage my mom so that she can come back some other time later in future. So please keep watching and stay tuned. First question I'm going to be asking, what's the first thing you can remember from your childhood? What's your first memory as a child? Wow. First memory is of one cloth on a hanging rack. So your first memory, you realize that I'm alive.
That will be my birthday.
Your birthday?
Yeah.
How old?
Maybe about 8 or so. Yes, I remember that vividly. I remember how I had my hair plaited, and it still brings back memory today.
Wow, that's amazing. If you could time travel, would you go back in history or into the future, and why?
Back in history, I'd rather go into the future. If I have the option, the past is past.
So there's nothing you want to go back and change?
No, not really. We all have to go through life. Life happens to us. We make some mistakes. Maybe if we have to go through that, some of those mistakes, we probably will correct them. And then, but all of them were the learning process that brought us to where we are today.
Oh, that's fair. Fair points. I would probably go back in times past. You know, have the same parents, but probably be born in Canada or something. Which subject did you like best in school?
Geography.
Geography. Wow, what are the odds?
Geography. I loved geography.
What was your least favorite subject?
Mathematics.
I can attest to that. My mom does not like math at all. Yeah. What scent or smell makes you feel nostalgic, and why? What's that thing that you smell? It doesn't have to be perfume.
My mom's soup. Local soup. So
that's really nice.
It reminds me of my childhood. Growing up was in a family of 9. and then, you know, it reminds you of the efforts put into making that soup. Some of those efforts are actually yours. And for instance, there's the local soup where you are forced to pick the leaves. Sitting down and picking the leaves, and the locust bean smell can never go away from you. To be fair,
my grandmother's soups are actually very different. I don't know if it's the pots or what it is that they use, but it actually tastes different and it smells different. So that's a valid point. What was your biggest childhood fear?
Well, I think failing.
Is it like failing in school or just failing in life?
Failing in school. I think failing in school because my dad was quite tough. He would dare not come home with a bad result. So I was really scared of failing. I remember once I had not too good results, at least by the standards
I'll say the results. So that's because growing up, we know that we could not take home bad results as my mother. If you bring bad home results, so, it's a problem. So how bad was it?
Yeah,
it was very bad.
It was really bad.
On the scale of 1 to 10.
Maybe like 2. And you know, on such days when you come with such results, you're kind of scared. So you would feign malaria, you would feign sickness, you quickly go and cover yourself up in the bedroom and actually pretend as if you were sick before you present the results. So I think that was my greatest fear, facing my parents and telling them that my result was not good.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can relate to that, but thankfully we never really had really bad results, except on some open days when my mom would say our test results and she would give us our due reward for having such a bad result. But that's fair, and I think it's actually valid. If you could change your name, what would it be? I think you changed your last name already because she's married.
Yeah,
so if you could change your name just randomly, there was a name that you really liked and thought this name is a name that would sound interesting if it was mine.
I like the way names are written now in sentences. Maybe I would have become something like Eboluwatofunmi lórúkọ Jésù. It's a complete sentence, and that's the way names are now. So that amuses me, and I'm wondering, I wish I had a name that is as long as that, especially now that all these short Oyinbo names.
They are not giving the impact.
Not giving the impact.
So it's Yoruba full names. To be fair, on that point, when I grew older a bit, I actually told my mom, I was like, this my middle name is too short. I want something long. So she sort of rechristened me, but it's not on my certificate. And then she added an extra bit to my name. And then that's what I'm using now anyway, but that's not my certificate. So I think I actually like long compound Yoruba names as well. So I agree with that. Favorite season of the year and why? I think I know this one.
So what is it?
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
My mom loves Christmas. She's so Christmassy. Because she even agreed to wear Christmas shirts.
Yes. I love Christmas. I really love Christmas. So from November ending, oh my God, I'm just excited like a baby. So that Christmas vibe, that Christmas joy, I don't think it will ever go even when I'm 100.
My mom loves Christmas. She loves Christmas songs. She loves carols. Anything Christmas. My mom is up for it. So, yeah, I agree. What do you remember most about your parents?
My parents are loving parents.
Aww.
And they gave us a home. There's a difference between a house and a home. They gave us a home. You can imagine having to raise 7 children. We're 7 of us, the same mom, and having to feed them. Both of them were teachers. They retired as teachers, so we didn't have much. We didn't have enough, but it was enough love, and home was where we always wanted to be. So I bless God for the wonderful parents that I have. One thing about my parents is the fact that there's no one I can boast in my family that is not contented. I can speak for all of my siblings. We are okay with whatever we have. We're not greedy. And my parents, in spite of that, they were very strict. When you come back from school, they search your bags to make sure you don't have a ruler that doesn't belong to you. And you dare not tell a lie. My father is a man of his word, full of integrity. When he says white, it cannot be anything but white. You
also have wonderful children. You did a good job raising wonderful children. She taught us contentment as well, integrity. And my mom I think she sort of imbibed that discipline and transferred it rather onto us. And I think that's really, really amazing. You got a tattoo. What would it be and where would you get it?
Yeah.
What part of your body would it be on and what would the tattoo be?
Maybe Jesus.
I was going to say that. Where?
Somewhere that is very visible. Seriously, I think
but I don't think that's ever going to happen because my mom is not against tattoos.
Yeah, like some.
She's not even against like having extra piercings.
No.
So, but it's not something she would do for herself.
Yeah.
Did you have any childhood pets and what was their name?
Yeah, we had a dog.
Oh, Bingo. What do you think?
No, my dad called the dog Bobby. Yeah.
Oh, Bobby. That's a nice name.
Yeah.
Oh, what was your first job?
Teaching.
And it's interesting because my mom has had the most amazing squiggly career. She has done all things. So she went from teaching. Do you just do like a quick summary of your career?
Okay, I started as a teacher. And then
you did Adire too. She also did business.
Yeah, I did some kind of business. You know, I started work very early and I used to close by 2 p.m. I'm like at 22, 23. What would I be doing? So, you know, I started a few things like Adire. I didn't do fine art, but I just started it. I learned it from a book or from somebody, I can't remember now. And then I would go buy stuff and sell. I was buying and selling. And eventually, I still had plenty of time. I went back to school and did my master's in public admin. After teaching, I taught in some schools, and then later I moved into the banking sector where I worked in the banking. I was back into the state government. I worked with the government. I started my own consulting firm.
And she writes as well.
And I have a blog.
And she has a blog. And she's a content creator as well. But she's not like me who does like social media and YouTube. She writes really well. What's the biggest unchecked box on your bucket list? Maybe I could bring that to reality. 2024. So there's nothing you want to like. You don't want to do kayaking. You don't want to jump out of a plane. You don't want to go and skydive. Mom, that's what they talk about when they say bucket list.
You should have listed the bucket so that we know which one to pick.
That's something that you've always thought about. Maybe even try out a meal, try out something.
I would like to climb a mountain.
Climb a mountain?
Very high mountain.
Like Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, maybe.
Mommy, you cannot climb mountain.
Yes, I cannot climb mountain. You don't see me finish with that. I don't climb mountain in Jesus' name. Amen.
What were you like in school? Were you shy, outgoing, popular, or quiet?
I was very shy, not popular.
What are the odds? Has been a complete switch.
Yes.
What's one article of clothing you wish you still had?
Out of my old clothing.
Okay,
a particular one.
Or wristwatch or something, a top.
Like my wedding gown. When I was making that wedding gown, I had a dream of a gown, just a gown, not a long dress, a short gown. And we had a tail. I bought it along with my friend. So my dream was that after the wedding, I would just remove the tail and be wearing the gown. I love that gown so much that I couldn't wear it after the wedding because I added weight. So I made it into a dress for I think it was for you.
Are you serious?
I think it was for you.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember, but I love that dress so much.
What did you want to be when you grew up? I think I know this one.
Okay.
I wanted to be a lawyer. My mom wanted to be a lawyer. She tried and
tried. I wanted to be a lawyer.
And then the dream that she could not fulfill.
You have fulfilled it.
I fulfilled it. To the glory of God.
Yeah, I'd love to be a lawyer.
But then you didn't also think that, your life was going to pan out the way it eventually panned out.
No, I didn't.
So it doesn't always work
the way we've planned.
The way we planned.
Yeah.
But then God makes it work out eventually at the end.
Day.
If you could go back and relive one day in your life again, which one would it be and why?
Maybe my wedding day.
Gosh, just wedding.
Is
my mom trying to pass a message?
My wedding day, or maybe the day I had my first child.
Oh,
it was the happiest day of my life. Then.
Oh, and you'd like to relive it with the labor pain and everything.
I like to relive the joy of holding him in my hand.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
What's one movie you could watch over and over and over again?
Sarafina.
Are you serious?
Yes. Sarafina.
I didn't know.
I love that movie.
Oh, that's amazing. What's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Most beautiful, like a sunset. I'm sure my mom will not say sunset. She can say something else that is completely. Yeah, what's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen?
I think one of the things that really amazed me was walking the streets of Dubai in the night.
Dubai in the night.
So it's very beautiful.
Lights, so what exactly
the
was
lights,
beautiful to you?
The lights.
And
it's so magnetic, the buildings at night.
The magnificence of it.
Yes. And apart from that, smiling babies. I love them.
So let's end with, if you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, what would you say? Let me combine this question with the same as, what's the best advice you've ever gotten? And then we'll wrap it up here.
If I could go back to my younger self, I would tell her, be bold.
Be bold.
Be strong.
Strong.
Be courageous.
Courageous.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Nothing is too hard. Nothing is impossible. No one is better than you. Some of those stuff, I think I'll tell her that, so that maybe she would have been more expressive. And there are some other things, and probably not feel left out. Because at the end, as I grew up, I realized that even those people that you think had confidence had their own issues.
Yeah.
So it's always good to come out of your shell, try new things. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. I think.
And what's the best advice you've ever gotten? That one thing someone told you that just stood out to you.
Just dress the way you want to be addressed.
Just the way you want to be addressed.
Yeah, I'll never forget that story. While I was living in Zaria, I was going to work. I worked in the bank, and I was walking to work. I wasn't going with my car. So I had my fine shoes inside the bag and was wearing a palm slippers. Along the staircase, I met one of my neighbor, my mentor. And then she was like, "Where are you going to?" And I told her I was going to work. She's like, "Where are your shoes?" I said, "They're in my bag." She said, "No one knows your shoes and your bag. See the way you're dressed." And I'll never forget that lesson. I picked it and realized that no, you want to be addressed properly, dress properly. So since then, I learned that lesson. And I think it's very profound to me. So I try to
always dress.
To always dress up.
So we want to be addressed. And I think that's so true, because even sometimes when you're going somewhere and you're probably going to maybe put on heels, and you should not look shabbily dressed just because you're not yet at the event. So you probably maybe get a nice, comfortable shoe, flat shoes or something, or just so you look presentable. Because you really can't tell. Like she rightly said, no one knows your shoes are in your bag. No one knows that when you get to your venue, your destination, you change and look better and presentable. Yes. What people see is that current appearance. Yes. Thank you so much. I think we've done about 20. I don't know, but I'll find the number. I'll find the number. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. And this is the Christmas episode, so please show some love. Like this video. So from me and my special guest today, we're wishing you a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.